Joining us now is Angela Kline. She is the Executive Director of Ann Arbor's Original Street Art Fair, which this year is taking place on July 21st through 23rd. Angela, thank you for being with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate having you on. So it's the art fair is slated for Thursday, July 21st through Saturday, July 23rd. We will be featuring some special interviews with featured street art fair artists throughout that week and leading up to that. And today we kick off the interviews with you, the new Executive Director. Can you tell us about your role at the Ann Arbor Street Art Fair and how putting this art fair together in this particular year is similar to years past, but different because of the situation that we're in, starting to come out of this COVID-19 crisis?
Well, we're thrilled to be back, really in full force. We're back and ready to go, and excited to bring all the things that we brought in 2019. The fair was reduced in 2021, but now it's back in full force. So we're very excited to be back, really.
And this is a significant yearly annual event in Ann Arbor, the art fair. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Ann Arbor Art Fair and how that helps to inform bringing this back to full force in 2022?
Well, it was in the late 1950s. We've been around a long time. So the business owners came to the Ann Arbor Artists Association with the idea of the artists hanging work at the bargain days. And then it was such, they partnered with the Handweavers Guild and the Potters Guild, and it was such an enormous hit. I think even students were able to pay tuition for the fall semester, the artists that had participated. And now, and then in 1967, that added the Summer Art Fair and the State Street Art Fair. And now we operate under the umbrella of the Ann Arbor Art Fair. It's one event and 3 fairs with all of our, our own vibe for each fair. And bringing it back to present day is what we're all about. It's a lot of fun, and we can't wait to bring it to the people in July.
We're joined by Angela Kline, the Executive Director of the Ann Arbor Original Street Art Fair, joining us on the Michigan Megacast. More information on their website, artfair.org. It is artfair.org to learn more information and keep up to date with the Ann Arbor Original Street Art Fair as we approach its running date this summer of Thursday, July 21st through Saturday, July 23rd in the city of Ann Arbor. And so, like many other art shows we have around the state over the course of the spring and the summer and early parts of the fall, many of them will say that they are a juried art show. There's very specific guidelines in order to be declared a juried art show. Can you give us the details on that, what it takes for an art show such as the one in Ann Arbor this July to be considered a juried show?
So each of, there's the Original Art Fair, which is I'm the Executive Director of, and we each have our own mission and parameters for our juried, we're a juried nonprofit, each one of us. So for us, I can speak to that. We have a jury advisory board. We have jurors from the University of Michigan to the Henry Ford, and where artists can send in, my apologies, where artists can send in their work and their slides, and it will be juried, and then it's a competitive process. And we are one of the most competitive juried art fairs in the country. About 30% of the artists that apply get into the show, and we're very proud of the work that we show.
So you mentioned that there are 3 art fairs throughout the year that consist of the Ann Arbor Art Fair, or consider themselves under the umbrella of the Ann Arbor Art Fair. Are there any differences between those 3 shows or the other 2 shows in comparison to this one that's usually held in the summer?
I'm sorry, are you asking the difference between our 3 shows under the art fair? Okay. Yes. Well, they're all amazing. They all have wonderful, artists and energy. For the Original Art Fair, we have, not only do we have work by 200 artists, but the work is also, we don't allow, if you think of the Original Art Fair, we only allow original art. There are no reproductions. We are also on the campus of the university, so we're surrounded in that green space with the beautiful architecture. The Summer Fair is, work that is juried by artists for artists. This is a really wonderful event. You're going to see paintings and sculptures and everything you can imagine, and such a beautiful energy there. And then if you go to the State Street, it's this great eclectic mix of vendors and, food and art. And, you have to try not to spend your full salary on the jewelry that you're going to see there. And it's just a great space and great energy.
We're joined by Angela Kline, the executive director of the original Ann Arbor Street Fair, joining us on the Michigan Megacast. There's more information on the Street Fair by visiting their website at artfair.org. That is artfair.org, and the dates for the Ann Arbor Street Fair this summer are July 21st through 23rd. That's Thursday, July 21st, until Saturday, July 23rd. And again, more information is on their website at artfair.org. And so, Angela, how many artists will be at the fair this summer? How many different kinds of art can people expect to be able to explore and purchase at the Ann Arbor Art Fair?
Right. So there'll be nearly 1,000 artists. Wow. And everything from ceramics to fibers to mixed media, painting, every class of art will be represented. And, I've been coming to this fair for almost 30 years now. So I am not only a buyer, but I am a mother. So I love showing my children this work and how artists not only create something, they bring it all the way to this event for you to see and meet them. And then as an art buyer, you can buy that artwork, have it in your home, and have something so inspiring for your children to see what it takes, like grit and determination and belief in yourself. So here you have this beautiful work of art that you get to enjoy and be inspired by and inspire your children. So not only am I the executive director, but I am a patron and a believer in the Ann Arbor Art Fair for many, many years.
So then for you, taking over this role as the executive director of the Ann Arbor Art Fair and running this show, running this art fair this summer and going forward, what does that mean for you as someone that is an appreciator of art and someone with a personal connection to this specific fair?
Well, it's such an honor. When Maureen Riley, she's the former director and now she's the current artist coordinator of the original art fair, but what an honor to learn from her and to take over this role. I'm incredibly proud. As you can see, probably the artwork behind me, I purchased at the Ann Arbor Art Fair. It's the artist Lynn Whipple. And so this is something that I have every year have attended the art fair. I was on the board of directors 10 years ago and have enjoyed not only being a patron, but someone who just follows along the art fair to see what's going to happen next. So I'm excited to be a part of it now.
We're joined by Angela Kline, the executive director of the Ann Arbor Original Art Fair, joining us on the Michigan Megacast. More information on their website, artfair.org, to keep up to date and explore some of the artists that will be attending this year's art fair and have their art on display and up for purchase at the original Ann Arbor Art Fair, July 21st through 23rd in Ann Arbor. And so you mentioned earlier, Angela, that there's going to be over 1,000 artists that will be participating in the art fair this summer. How much space is that occupying in the city of Ann Arbor? Just how much will people just in proximity in that city be able to explore?
Well, it's 30 blocks. Wow. And, thank you to the city of Ann Arbor, to the DDA, to Destination Ann Arbor, to really making all of this possible, along with my other fair directors, Karen Delhay and Francis Todoro. So we all work together to joyfully take over the city of Ann Arbor and make it the largest outdoor art gallery. I've often told people it's like the Louvre. You don't want to explore it all in one day. It's best if you go to annarbor.org and find a hotel and maybe explore for 2 days, have a little lunch in between and go to each section of the fair and enjoy each section individually.
Yeah, you got 3 days there. You got the 21st, the 22nd, and the 23rd. So come back multiple times. We encourage you to do that at the Ann Arbor Original Street Art Fair this July 21st through 23rd. More information on their website, artfair.org. We're joined by the executive director of the Ann Arbor Original Street Art Fair, Angela Kline, on the Megacast. And it's not just art at this show. What are some of the other experiences that patrons of the art fair will be able to experience this summer?
really the full culture of Ann Arbor and more. The stages alone, we have the stage on Main, which will be featuring the music from the Arc, and it's presented by DTE. We have the Fountain Stage on the original Art Fair footprint. And on the Fountain Stage, we have all acoustic acts all day and some of the best music in the city. And then we have Mr. B, he's been with us, Mark Braun. He's a boogie woogie piano player, and he has been with us. Really, he's the soundtrack to our art fair for the past 30 years. And this will be his last year. So we're really going to celebrate him. And then we have the Ann Arbor Artist Civics Theater on the State Street footprint. So there's so much to explore in terms of music. And then in terms of food, as you know, Ann Arbor food is unbelievable. I mean, I've been to all around the world, and I compare food from when I was in Paris to food that I could get in Ann Arbor. I'm like, it's almost as good as Ann Arbor food. So you'll go from Zingerman's to Pacific Rim to J Garden. I mean, even a sandwich at the Ann Arbor Art Fair is the best sandwich you'll ever have.
Yeah, and it's 30 blocks, this entire show, so there's surrounding area all around there. There's so much different things you can experience both in the art fair proper, but also just in the city of Ann Arbor. And so talk about that connection too. You mentioned that of course you thank the city and the DDA for supporting this art fair and providing that kind of space. Just what kind of connection does this art fair have with the culture of Ann Arbor, especially in the summer where Michigan tourism really amps into high gear?
Yeah. So because, we partner with Destination Ann Arbor and Pure Michigan, we really try to incorporate every facet of Ann Arbor culture in this art fair so that there's something literally for everyone. If you are a lover of food, even if you are a lover of sports, you are going to find something at this event.
We're joined by Angela Kline, the executive director of the Ann Arbor Original Street Art Fair, which will occur this summer, Thursday, July 21st until Saturday, July 23rd. More information is on their website at artfair.org. That is artfair.org. To keep up to date and learn more information, you can also find them on Twitter at A2 Street Art Fair and on Facebook as well at facebook.com/artfair, or just go to their website. You can also click over to their social media there at artfair.org to keep up to date and learn more information. Angela, another couple minutes with you before we'll say goodbye. At this time, anything else that we haven't spoken about that would be interesting or important for our audience to know about the Ann Arbor Original Street Art Fair that will be occurring this summer, or other topics that we haven't discussed?
Well, I would love to make sure that everyone knows that they can go to the Ann Arbor Art Fair .com so that they can see all the information about each fair, and about if they are an artist that's interested in applying, they can look at each section of the fair and see what works best for them and their work. And they can always reach out to any one of us, any one of the directors at the fairs, if they have questions about how to apply.
And those websites again, that website again is at artfair.org or AnnArborArtFair.com.
So artfair.org, artfair.org is my fair, the original street art fair. And then if you go to the AnnArborArtFair.com, that has all three fairs listed in the whole umbrella of the Ann Arbor Art Fair, so that you'll have all the information you need. And then if you're looking for hotels or food, you want to go to AnnArbor.org to get that information.
Angela, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.